Yo, 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 what is good, my quick crypto family and my coin factory family? We're back again with another daily Casper crypto live stream. And after yesterday's circus act, if you will, with Donald Trump and Elon Musk going at it online, we saw a correction as expected because there's a lot of FUD in the markets. We saw Bitcoin correct down to $100,000, $100,500 as a result of that. And literally the next day, once more, the noise. Next day, we've now seen Bitcoin make a very strong recovery, now sitting at above $104,400 right now. Today, currently up almost 3% on the daily time frame. We're seeing Bitcoin make that recovery. Now, it's good to see, of course, once more showcasing that the investors are still very much bullish in crypto and they still want to see the next rally going upwards. If I am being frank, there is still a possibility based on macro, based on incoming developments that we may see another pullback. But again, we'll have to wait and see. The point being is what happened yesterday. While it was disastrous, it was expected to see a pullback then. And actually, as I did post some of the P&Ls in my free Discord server and equally in the Patreon as well, I was in some short trades at that time as well when the whole feud happened and got very fortunate to cash out on that as well. So again, if you want to be more in tune to the elements of trading inside my community as well, that's part of the VIP group. Go check it out, links down below in the description and homepage. We have been able to be very, very profitable so far. I think our P&L, our win rate is actually very, very high, which is, I'm always going to say that, but I mean, it's true. It is true. Our win rate has been very, very high. And I've been making a lot more money since the partnership, if you will, the working together with BYDFI as well. So if you want to get more involved, then come check it out. That being said, right now we have got some very, very interesting sources for today's stream. We do have some news about next week's going to be a very, very big week for crypto regarding the next stage of regulatory frameworks coming to America, the Clarity Act. Also, we have some big news regarding Casper. As the title states here, USDC is now officially available for Casper. What do I mean by that? I do not mean that USDC is on Casper in the sense of there's now native USDC on the Casper platform. That would be insane. And trust me, I would not be as calm as I am right now if that was the case. What I mean by that is for the first time ever, there are now USDC Casper trading pairs. And that is a testament for what is to come. You can see right now, you've got it on Bybit. I can't spell Cas, that's why it looks weird. USDC, you've got it on Bybit, KuCoin, CoinEx, Mexi. You've got the perpetuals, or the futures for Coinbase there as well. And I've heard from members of my community as well, it's on platforms like Pionex as well. So we are seeing USDC Circle trading pairs coming to Casper for the very, very first time. That's a very, very big deal. And we do know that Casper are meant to be having a meeting with Circle at some point. I believe it's next week, although as I was mentioning to my community a little bit earlier, there's some confusion in me internally because Johnny made the post about meeting with Circle in New York on a Sunday, and typically for me I perceive Sunday being the end of a week. So he said we're seeing Circle next week. Maybe he meant the week we're currently in right now. We're currently on Friday, so maybe they've already met with Circle, hence why you now got Circle offering Casper trading pairs or Casper USDC trading pairs. Or potentially that's just them jumping a gun, getting a little bit ahead in preparation for the meeting that's happening next week. And then there might be an even bigger development, like again, maybe an actual bridged or native USDC pair on the Casper layer 1. Again, we'll have to wait and see, but we can see, we're seeing a lot of these sort of developments taking place right now, which is reassuring because again, Tether's fantastic. It's the biggest stablecoin issuer by a country mile, but Circle is perceived as the regulatory sound one, the safe one. So having Circle also supporting Casper is a bigger testament to the trust behind the project. So that for me is even more bullish, arguably better than Tether. And Casper's adoption continues to rally more and more. We have it from audits that apparently the largest Czech crypto exchange, AnyCoin_CZ, has just added Casper amongst others to their portfolio, which is also very, very cool to see. Of course, yes, not the tier ones, which we are still anxiously waiting for. For me, it will come in due time. And with Circle also going public. I think it was either today or yesterday they went public, rang the bell in New York, or one of them officially now public, and they actually jumped I think it did a 3x initially from 30 to $90 on the stock exchange, immediately, which is again very impressive for Circle. There are ties to the likes of Circle and Coinbase, and there's also therefore very strong correlation, again it's speculation, but strong correlation and belief that with the soon to be implemented Circle and stablecoins coming to Casper following the smart contract developments, we may see tier ones quickly flood in, the FOMO element, not wanting to miss out before it is too late. All of this and more, of course, we'll get into in a bit more detail. Circle back around in this stream. So as always, if you enjoy the content, leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. Mr. Miles first, just like every stream, I completely disagree, but it is fantastic to have you back, brother. Why the chats are not popping up, I do not know. Give me a second. There you go. First, there you are, just like every stream. Welcome back, bro. You're doing very, very well. Nathan, my man, yo, QC. Welcome back, Nathan. Having a great day so far. I hope I'm having a great weekend, hopefully. The start of the weekend now, I believe. Although, if you're in America, I guess it's not just started just yet. It's your 3-day weekend. What's up, Falco, bro? You're doing very, very well. Next level cash, always supporting Casper to the moon. Indeed, in due time. Just bouncing around, not angry about it. Exactly. Right now, and again, we may see Bitcoin come below. If it does, we'll talk about it when it happens. But right now, Casper has done a very, very solid job. And this is once more proof of the level of support we have right now at 8 cents. Despite yesterday's behavior, Casper actually did not, correct as negatively as like Bitcoin, for example, or anything else. And Casper has been holding very, very strong around 8 cents. And again, those who have been following me for a while now, you would have seen me draw out one of the tools, being the fib retracement tool, from this wick down here to the trend line up here, the wick up here. And you can see that Casper is just trading within this golden pocket. So it actually is within the region as you'd expect it right now for Casper. Again, we could very well fall below it, depending on the macro and the other developments. But right now, Casper is trading according to the macro and the TA. And with what's about to come out with smart contract, hopefully the main launch of Casplex coming sooner. But when I say coming soon, I say next in this month. I'm not saying in the next few weeks or next week. I imagine it'll be coming out sometime before July, hopefully. We'll see hopefully more adoption and therefore the price and demand rally as a result. Welcome back, all money in, bro. And you too, Casper Key Prof. Good stuff indeed, you know it. What's up, Erica, man? How you doing? Oh, sorry, Lass. Erica, how you doing? Very, very well. I need the info for that meeting. I will wait all day outside World Trade Center. Honestly, I would love to know more what they're talking about, because, again, this is the biggest issue I think with any crypto project, but in particular with Casper, is just it's the unknown, right? We've been told about these big so-called promises, the big tier ones, the big stablecoin issuers all coming to Casper, but we just have no correlation or idea of when that will be. I would love to know. I think part of the problem as well is that equally the Casper quote-unquote team, they don't know themselves, because again, while there'll probably be some from an NDA, non-disclosures going on, these platforms, the Binances, the Coinbases, the OKXs, the Circles, the Tethers, they probably also keeping their cards close to their chest and not saying anything because they are not ready and don't want to, jump the gun and say, oh, we'll launch it by this point, and then have to back out on their word. I have to wait and see though. So does this mean USDC is native now? No, it does not mean that all money in. It means that USDC trading pairs are now available. So it's gone from, we've gone from Casper only having USDT trading pairs, and USDC have never done that before, and it's not for Casper. And now, just ahead or just around the time that Casper's quote-unquote listing team, if you will, being Johnny, being Wolfie, and the KF and whatnot, as they're now meant to be meeting with Circle in New York, imminently, we're now seeing Circle trading pairs with Casper, which is, again, really reassuring. You've got 4 exchanges here: Mexi, CoinX, KuCoin, Bybit, and shout out to Joking, part of the Discord server, who told me it's also on PioNex as well. So there's also a possibility you have more exchange platforms who are now offering USDC trading pairs. Kraken do not, which is frustrating. They only offer a USD trading pair, which is just frustrating, because if Kraken had a stablecoin trading pair, they would have so much more volume. I am so adamant on that. The reason no one uses Kraken as much of when you look at Casper right now, you can see the volume, 65 million, not the highest, but it's it's kind of expected while Casper's still growing more and more, and the markets aren't necessarily booming per se. It's making a recovery from yesterday, but it's not booming. We can see again Gate 21%, Mexi 20%, BitGet 10, Bybit 8.8. Kraken's down here at 2.3, despite, in my opinion, being one of, if not the best exchange for Casper. The problem is, it's a USD trading pair. It's just straight cash. There's no stablecoin pair. If it had a stablecoin pair, I am very, very confident that Kraken would be sitting amongst, easily surpassing KuCoin, I think. And that's just, again, base layer. I think Kraken could probably be used a lot more. I think everybody in the community can vouch for Kraken. Out of every single exchange that has their shortcomings, I have heard very, very little negativity regarding Kraken. The only thing I don't like about Kraken right now is this USD. Where's the stablecoin? So hopefully they'll also add a stablecoin as well. Hopefully it'll be Circle, or just any for that matter. And that will also generate more volume for them as well. And that will also be a very, very big factor. Because remember again the KEF they mentioned back in November, on the November 10th AMA, that what these big tier ones, the likes of Binance and Coinbase and OKX, what they want to see is high volume on the big tier ones. They don't want to see it on Gate or Mexi. They want to see it on the likes of BitGet, Bybit, and now Kraken as well. So if Kraken could have a stablecoin pair and its volume rise up higher as well, taking more from within the likes of Mexi, because Kraken's the better option, then that could also be an indicator that these tier ones are now paying closer attention, seeing that it's actually worth their while to, change their business strategy to start listing Casper as a trading pair. Again, we'll have to wait and see. It's still reassuring news. While we haven't got USDC native now, in my belief, we won't see native USDC for quite some time. There's a lot of complications that go into, not that I know, but from what I've heard through the resources and through the grapevine, there's a lot of complications that go through to natively putting a stablecoin on a platform and on a protocol. So Tether, Circle, the other stablecoin issues as well. It goes through quite a lot of hassle to do that natively. And what we saw from Johnny as well in a post very, very far back. I'm going to try and see if I can find it now while I am waffling. But we did see that there was a post from Johnny a while back where he mentioned that it is more than likely we'll get these stablecoins on Casper. Fantastic news. We'll see it in due time. However, typically speaking, they will end up launching bridged versions first, just to test to see if it's actually worth their while to then make a native pair. But it goes more hassle to doing it natively as opposed to the easier option of doing it bridged. So we'll probably see a bridge version first and then we'll see it native. I'm going to see if I can find this. It's definitely somewhere in my community. It's just trying to find out what keyword I type in to find out exactly what it is that that says that. But I'll find it in just a moment. Also, I'm going to answer more questions real quickly as well. What's up again, Nathan? How long do you think until the layer 2 is finalized? Can't be much longer, right? Unfortunately, and it's the pain with being a Casper holder and a crypto holder in general, we just don't know. We really don't know. What we do know is Casper has stated that native smart contract will be coming to Casper before Q3, which in that regard means likely the full public release mainnet of Casplex before Q3, therefore before the end of this month. That's what we do know. Now, is that going to happen or not? We can't say for sure. That's his strong belief. And the fact that they did launch their testnet at the very end of May means they have a whole month of just bug fixes and whatnot to really, really flesh it out. So in that regard, if I found it here, yeah, here it is. In that regard, then hopefully we'll see these smart contracts and this layer 2 for Casplex coming out before Q3. Before Q3, therefore, in this month. That's what I believe right now, but we'll have to wait and see what developments come through of it. Now, to go back to what I was talking about, yes, we can see here, Johnny, some updates regarding the fact they've been talking to Tether, Circle, Global Dollar, FD Labs HQ. This post is back here, March 11th, 2025, and he mentioned to be talking to them since December 2024 for quite some time now. And he talked about a lot of factors here, but the most important part is right down here. For Tether, Sui Necra, and Arbitrum only have bridged USDT. Seated, and they seem to be way bigger than any of the current Casper layer 2s, which is fair enough. Sui is far bigger than Casper as it stands right now, hopefully not for a lot longer. And for Circle, the bridged version comes first before migrating to a native one. So Tether right now only has bridged for Sui, and with Circle they always do a bridged version first before migrating to a native one. So we'll likely see bridged of the two biggest stablecoin issuers first, and then we'll see the native pair come later. But this here is signs that we're now getting USDC trading pairs, therefore a sign that we're going to start seeing this bridge version coming maybe very, very soon. And once Casper's layer 2 is fully up, the Casplex layer 2 is fully out, and you have these DEXs all on board, you might see USDC coming on those as well, which would be fantastic, because I'll be honest, I would love to stay within the Casper community as opposed to, go on exchanges and whatnot. What's up, Cryptony, bro? Hope you're doing very, very well. But then let's go indeed. And you too, Wyatt, bro, yo, Caspians, and Mr. Or M. Requeese 2012. Welcome back, brother. Hope you're doing very well, my man. Having a great day so far. So yes, right now Casper is in that kind of FOMO spot, I'd say. Of course, price is still very much down. Probably about 60 to 65% since all-time highs. Yeah, about 60% right now. Of course, a bit frustrating, but we've been holding here for a while. At this point, if you're frustrated with Casper, I don't know what more to say to you. This is, again, a long-term play. And for me, Casper, again, is just, I do more and more every day. Feel like Casper's repeating sort of a sort of structure similar to projects like AVAX or similar to projects like Solana, where they didn't move until August of the last cycle. Looking at AVAX here, market cap all time, you can see August, it was at a 2 billion market cap. Casper's currently at 2 bill right now. It's at a 2 bill market cap for AVAX, and then it jumped up massively to a 30 bill market cap in a span of 3 months. Well, August, September, October, November, so 4 months even, peaking at on December 22nd. So for me, Casper could very much replicate a similar sort of price action. And that's not me saying Casper's going to do what AVAX is doing in the literal sense. I'm highlighting that Casper's biggest developments, its biggest catalyst, being the soon hopefully coming out tier 1s, the smart contracts, potentially DagKnight, which we'll get into this post in a moment as well. Those are going to be happening later on this year. And with that, that'll drive more FOMO when the market's in its full force, the altcoins start to rally as well. That's when Casper hopefully starts to shine as well. So I think Casper is going to be frustratingly painful. Might see some good relief rallies in the next, couple of weeks or maybe month or so, maybe surpassing all-time highs. And then when you least expect it, Casper's going to completely shock you all. That is my personal belief. Again, not financial advice. You've got to do your own research. But my belief is based on not just, again, me trying to sell bags. That's not what I try to do here. I don't try to pump my bags. I've told you I'm holding Casper for the long term. I'll take profits, but I'm holding it long term. If I'm perfectly blank and honest, I actually don't even care if Casper does make $1 this cycle. I don't. I'd love it to, and I think it can do, potentially. But I don't care, because I'm holding it for the years and years to come as well. Again, believe I think it can do. It's a possibility. It's only a $26 billion market cap, not even a lot. But I'm really not that bothered. But I have belief that Casper's going to do very, very well and potentially rally late like projects like AVAX and Solana because of USDC coming on board, USD Tether also not too far off, seemingly. Smart contracts coming out. You got more exchange listings coming out, tier 1s on board as well in due time. And then you got more and more stuff as well. I mean, again, Fart Coin is now on Coinbase, fantastic for Fart Coin if you're holding that. And of course, proof once more that these exchanges, they don't do stuff for free, they get paid to list projects. But Casper is going to get it for free. And equally, because again, Circle, hopefully soon coming to Casper, there are connections to Circle and Coinbase that may therefore incentivize Coinbase to list Casper. They've only got a futures contract. You might see a spot in the cycle as well. And, we've got the community trying to band together more and more. Crypto punch, shout out to the man here. So this Sunday, June 8th at around 1 p.m. UTC. He's going to be asking other YouTubers to live stream buying $5 of Casper. Show the world the power of the Casper community. Tune in, grab some Casper, and let's make waves together. And I will definitely be doing so as well, I reckon. Sunday, 1 p.m. is going to be a difficult time for me. But I may not live stream it, but I will send a screenshot on Twitter at 1 p.m. that I did buy some Casper, just $5 worth. Because I think it's, I'm not necessarily going to do the whole every single time, but I think again it's quite a nice little community event, if you will, showcasing our support of Casper right now. So again, this is cool sort of stuff, and equally more so we're seeing the developments ramping up more and more regarding Casper developments as well. Castle Wallet here, that iOS public beta is now live. That is huge news. Huge news. I know Casper Silver has been looking at this private beta for himself, and he seems to be quite happy about it. So that's great. Closed beta testers. I think Casper Silver is one of them. Very limited spaces, but you'll see, Android also coming out very, very soon in the full release in a matter of time. Something also very interesting here. Rumors again leaked by Casper. The man cannot keep his mouth shut, and I love him for that. Rumors about this. You've got Cryptex AI So your GPU has a new mission on the Discord, run a Cryptex node on Casplex, serve AI tasks and earn rewards, build the first truly permissionless and trustless DAI protocol together. So again, you're seeing AI elements come to Casper as well, which is really cool. Really, really good stuff. And then the other part that I did just soft leak earlier and now getting into a bit more here, Michael Sutton posted just yesterday, regarding the Telegram, regarding their recent workshop, I believe, as well, talking about all these elements here as well, which, in short, this is getting lengthy. Casper fundamentally is superior. Why? Because its canonical and ultimate DAG structure allows the most efficient and fastest protocols to run on top of it. It's going to become this central hub for the entire blockchain infrastructure to run on top of it. That's Casper's future. That's why we're holding it. We're holding, again, right now you're watching this on YouTube. You're watching it on www.youtube.com. You don't think about the fact that you type in, technically speaking, it does it automatically for you. You type in http:// etc. Casper's going to be the HTTP, the protocol that everything runs on top of. The practical implications is faster transactions confirmation times approaching the priori internet latency limits with GhostDAG, or actually real-time limits with DagKnight, Casper's future protocol. And we even got in here, fully informative post, Michael. How is the progress going with DagKnight? Is it in the planning stage? And he has DagKnight version 0 in mind for the initial implementation, gearing up towards initiation in the near future. So we don't know exactly how long, again, it's going to be. There was a post, a few months back now between him and Audit, where he said that there's a possibility that this year will be a year where Casper, shocks everybody, and was highlighting and leaking and hinting that maybe you'll see DagKnight this year. Now, it seems very unlikely, truth be told, given everything that's going on right now and the speed of developments. But at the same time, he did say, with his most conviction, that there is zero chance we'll see DagKnight coming out as late as 27. So if not this year, there's a very, very strong chance that the Casper team, that Michael Sutton, will get DagKnight done by 26. And yes, that might be late for the cycle. But again, given how the institutional adoption is coming through, given what's happening in this space, who truly knows when the cycle is going to top? And equally, who knows how big the correction is going to be? Maybe it'll be a small pullback or a 50% pullback, and then you'll start seeing that consolidation phase and Casper then building. Who's to say that Casper won't necessarily do this sort of run again? Who's to say we won't? I'm not saying it's definitely happening. Please do your own research. I'm not giving you financial advice, and I'm not trying to spread FOMO. I'm just trying to, once more, open your mind to the ideas of what Casper's doing right now and how big it's going to be. It's going to be very, very big. DagKnight also seemingly not far off now. The glory of DagKnight shines when there's an actual deep reorg attempt. We need to see more adoption, of course, and that will come in the very near future, hopefully. So again, things are looking up for Casper. I'm very excited, and I'm very happy to see that now we have got some USDC Circle trading pairs for Casper on some exchanges. Hopefully that will flourish into bridge onto the Casper protocol when the smart contracts and layer 2s come out and the DEXs come out, hopefully this month, and then that'll also translate in maybe a few months' time into native USDC, and that will send Casper's adoption leaps and bounds much, much higher. And then you'll see Tether as well, you'll see other stablecoin initiatives as well, and Casper will continue rallying up higher and higher again. Not a matter of if, for me, it's a matter of when. This is, in my belief, the calm before the storm. And no, you didn't, Nate Hart. You love to FUD. You love to nitpick my words. I love you for that, but don't. Stop it. But yes, right now, Casper, again, currently up 4.3%, doing that nice little recovery off that support here after Trump and Elon Musk blowout. We saw here Elon Musk stated yesterday that Trump's tariffs will cause a recession in the second half of this year. We are seeing the FUD still building up more and more. It has kind of, simmered down a little bit, for the last effectively 24 hours since this post. And, the markets have recovered quite nicely as a result of that. We have heard some people saying that Elon Musk and Trump have had a phone call since then. I don't know if it has or haven't. What I do know is that this, feud, for me, highly likely it's just fabricated to send markets into turmoil, because again, this sort of stuff they could be doing behind closed doors. Why are they being public about this? It makes no sense to me. Unless you're trying to affect the markets, because there's no need to do it publicly. There's no need at all. So we're seeing that happening right now, but things for me, again, are still looking strong. We had today's non-farm payroll data that come out today, and I did make a post to it to my community when it came out at 1:30 my time, which is about 7.5 hours ago. And we saw the US economy add 139,000 jobs in May, which is higher than expectation, which is good. But it had, for me, a mixture of bullish and bearish. And ultimately, it's not affected the market too badly. It's actually done quite well. So, but it had a mixture of bullish and bearish. For me, it's probably a bit more bearish short term, but ultimately bullish long term, because while it was higher than expected, which is good, meaning more jobs are being created, it was actually lower than last month. Last month, it was 147,000. So it's actually 8K lower than last month. So we are still seeing less and less jobs created each month. So a bit of stagflation, therefore. But because it was higher than expected, it means that Jerome Powell has not really a necessity right now to cut rates, which is what we're waiting for. And Trump, once more, is furious at that, calling for a 100 basis point Fed interest rate cut. We need it, in his words. I don't think we do, truth be told. But of course, Trump is very adamant that he wants it. He's very frustrated, and he's constantly calling out Jerome Powell for quote-unquote playing politics. And there is an element of that, most definitely. I think the Fed should have cut some rates by now, as much as doing a whole 100 basis, so a 1 percentile cut in one would be me actually more worrying than helpful. It's a sign that he has messed up massively if he does a whole 1% basis cut so quickly. I think we'll definitely see some rate cuts this year, and thanks to the macro data and also thanks to how volatile the markets are, I think we'll probably end up seeing it, I want to say, sometime in Q3. Maybe late Q3. I don't think we're getting this. There's no way. I'm very, very sure we're not getting it in 12 days in this month's FOMC meeting. I think July is also quite a big stretch. But I think August, maybe September, I think highly likely we'll get some rate cuts then. Again, it depends on how the markets are feeling at that moment in time, how we're reacting. Of course, the M2 suggests that Bitcoin and crypto will be a hell of a lot higher come August, September time. So therefore, you may actually see that you may get some rate cuts coming a little bit later, because by that point, Bitcoin may already be around the 130k zone, should it follow the M2. And if we get no rate cuts, we have that whole banana zone thing going up for 3 months and coming back, and then we get rate cuts. That will kickstart the next leg of the bull run, in my belief as well. But we'll have to wait and see. Ultimately, we'll have to wait and see. I'm still not worried about this, situation right now. The macro's looking okay. A bit worrying, but it's nothing to, cry about right now. Of course, we want rate cuts, but it's a matter of time. And then equally, we have some of the really, really big fundamental developments that are taking place soon that also could incentivize more momentum in crypto, which I will get to these posts in a short moment. Let me answer questions real quickly first and foremost. We can see Greg, welcome back, bro. Hope you're doing well, my man. Happy Friday to you too, brother. And just next crypto, I'm in a fat long from 8 cents. Hey, love to hear that, bro. Hopefully that fills out nicely. I do hope it fills out nicely. Right now, we can see Casper is holding a very, very strong level of 8 cents. It seems to be a very strong level of support, which is fantastic. So it's not a bad shout to long at 8 cents, but at the same time, should Bitcoin see some negativity and pullbacks, coming back to 100k, maybe even below that, God forbid, then I think we'll see Casper lose at 8 cents and come down to 7, maybe 7.5 cents. We'll have to wait and see once more. Because Bitcoin dominance, again, once more, is still extremely high right now. As a result, therefore, what Bitcoin does, crypto will follow in suit. Casper may be able to negate some of that momentum with USDC developments, smart contract developments and whatnot, but will it hold above 8 cents? It depends. Right now, the buyers are controlling that, keeping above 8 cents, but if there's too much better sentiment in crypto, we may lose that. So hopefully it does pan out for you, brother. Hopefully you don't get liquidated. And, again, if this is the bottom for Casper next, things are looking very, very good from this point onwards as well. Who said that? Who said what? Who said what? Who said what? Can you clarify, please, brother? Could we go down to 5 cents, maybe? It's always a possibility. I have heard some people saying a triple bottom pattern potentially, which it's always a possibility. I'm a bit skeptical about it right now because, again, I think for capital to go to 5 cents, you need to see a massive pullback of Bitcoin, maybe down to like 93, 92k. I'd say. Give or take. Right now we're at 104. If we come down to 95k, something like that, in a short time frame, so we come back down, 15%, something like that, then yes, maybe we see a 5 cents Casper again. But because right now, because Ethereum's also made quite a good rally, since that as well, holding now quite strong between the 2.4 to 2.7k zone right here, I think that Casper, I want to say, not financial advice, I want to say, based on support zones, one being around here at 7 cents, also another one being around 7.5 cents around here as well, that should Bitcoin correct to 100k and hold that, maybe go down to 98k, Casper might come down to 7.5, if not 7k down here. I think 5k may be a bit much. We'll have to wait and see ultimately. Again, if those are waiting for 5k, I mean, again, if it comes to 5k, I'm buying more, like, I'm buying more Casper if it comes to 5 cents. No way, I'm not. Because again, I think Casper Casper's got everything to play for now. All the big stuff are now about to come out. And the market hasn't even taken off just yet. People are saying Casper's going to be late to the cycle. The cycle still hasn't taken off yet. We are 104k Bitcoin. Bitcoin is quite comfortably going to surpass 130 in my belief. Ethereum's still at 2.5k. That should be easily reaching 5 this cycle. Just to reach all-time highs is 5k, 2x from here. You haven't got ETFs with XRP or Solana or Sui or anything else, Tau. All this stuff that will be coming through later this cycle as well. SC will approve them. You're going to see these projects go up much higher as well, and then Casper, of course, will follow in suit. So in that regard then, the fact that everything's taken so long, while it's frustrating, is actually good because it gives Casper more time to release their game-changing developments and then catch that cycle in the sweet spot and then dominate the cycle as well, in my belief. What's up, my man? Well, you're doing very, very well. Yo, Casper, let's go indeed, my man. Want to buy more at low prices. Again, we'll have to wait and see how low we can get them. I mean, right now, 8 cents is a very good level. I did buy some Casper in that recent pullback following all the FUD from Shy and whatnot, which was around here. I did buy some Casper around there, and I'm gonna buy just for an extra $5 more on that Sunday as well, just a little bit extra dry powder. But again, I think that we're gonna see maybe we see more low prices, but right now I'm more on the side of that we're gonna see a lot more good momentum this month. If I'm gonna say, I think my ideal scenario right now would be Casper holding here and then going up, surpassing this by the end of June. But it does depend again. What we're waiting for right now, considering that all the macro data is pretty much done with until the FOMC meeting, or the big ones at least, waiting for the FOMC meeting to happen, which is in 12 days, and that'll determine how the market's going to react in the immediate short term. So what Jerome Powell says is going to be very, very important to see if he's hawkish or dovish. If he's dovish, then great. We'll see an investor sentiment that we're going to see some loosening of monetary policies coming very, very soon. If he's hawkish, meaning he's still going to be tightening them and keeping them tight, then we'll probably see a pullback. And then we'll see, the FUD go away. People then realize, the M2 supply is already very, very high. And then we'll see, following the FOMC meeting, we'll probably see it go higher as well. Provided we get no outbursts from Trump and tariffs and Elon and whatnot as well. Looks pretty strong at the moment. Yeah, I agree. Casper looking very, very strong right now. And crypto as a whole right now. I mean, again, we're at these levels right now. We've been here for a while and it's frustrating, but the fact that we can still be here and stack our bags, knowing what's coming, and equally those who are part of the VIP, shameless plug, I know, but these people know a lot more about what's coming. The institutional sentiment behind crypto is insane. Insane. So at the same time, if you want to find out a lot more about crypto and Casper, check out the VIP here, 7-day free trial. You've got alpha information, you've got trade alerts, you've got educational videos and so much more in there. We do weekly live streams as well every Sunday. So you can find out a lot more there. And knowing what's coming, why my conviction is so strong, and equally if you want to be even more involved as well, thanks to our working together with BYDFI once more, you can check out in the Get VIP Access section. Right here, you can check out the sign up page, the affiliate link here, and should you do that, you can deposit 100 USDT, or $100 even, and click the affiliate link, and then you put in the UID here, and you can get access, 1 month free access to the VIP channels, and also the permanent access to the BYDFI VIP channels as well, which has also a lot more trading going on there as well. Some of our trades have been very, very profitable as of late. Again, I've posted quite a few of them here, just making some very nice gains over the last literally 2 to 3 days. In fact, actually, all that happened in the last day. This happened yesterday, and then earlier today as well. So I'm going to find out more, again, link down below in the description, and also my homepage as well, www.wop.com/coinfactory, or again, the Discord server equally all are down below, or right here, as it takes a long time to load up. The computer's very, very slow. Zoom out to see higher lows on the higher time frame. I will do when my YouTube wants to load. There you go, right here. So zoom out to see zoom out to see higher lows on the higher time frame. I'm guessing you're talking about, do you mean higher time frame for higher than daily then? So you're talking about weekly time frame then? On the weekly time frame, yeah, even then Casper's still forming those higher lows, you know, low there, high there, low there. So, you know, we may see it come back down to something down here maybe, but it's still forming that higher low pattern still. And even then on the daily, you know, even the daily pattern, the daily did kind of lose it, I guess. The daily did kind of lose that higher low pattern. And it did come below here. So it did lose it on the daily, but it's still very much forming this for the most part, long-term bullish structure, which is good to see. Go Casper indeed, Karji. Welcome back, bro. You're doing very, very well. What's up, Packard, bro? Hey, why Elon dropped the atomic bomb like this? I thought they were people who liked each other. I mean, personal interest can always clash with you know, friendships. I mean, how I've had my fair few myself. That could always be a case for it. And at the same time, you know, it also could just be a complete circus act and a circus and a play and an act just to try and make you get scared and sell your bags. Because again, while this is all done publicly, there's no need for it, in my belief. That's how I perceive it. Don't wait for lower prices. I mean, yeah, again, you got a point there, Karji. As Bingo Bango once said, I know it's not Bingo Bango who said it, but I quote him because I think it's funnier. Time in the market is better than trying to time the markets. Sometimes if you know, trying to find the perfect entry, finding a low entry is still good. Not financial advice though. Is this bull run harder than the other bull runs? I wouldn't say harder, just different. I'll just say it's different. The last cycle was equally hard because the last cycle you had, you know, the top happening in April or March even, April time. No, sorry, yeah, April time. So yeah, had it in April, and then you saw a 55% pullback. People were calling it, you know, already the end of the bull cycle, and then we saw a double top and a higher price here. So that was equally very, very difficult. That was following the FTX crash as well, and the Terra Luna collapse. All those big, you know, big events that actually scared institutions away from crypto. That's why it took 4 years to get them back in. This cycle is different because you now got institutions here, and they're all in on Bitcoin, and therefore, because the dominance of Bitcoin is so high, but also struggling. But I wouldn't say it's necessarily harder. If anything, I think it's more telegraph what's going to happen this time than the last time round. I'm not worried. Tin foil hat. Those in charge of trying to get a USDC stable on Casper, they might suggest they won't list USDT if USDC is on board, giving USDC first mover advantage for using Casper as a payment rail, aka the fastest, most secure and fairly priced network for stablecoins. Again, I mean, yes, tinfoil, definitely, but it's not a bad theory. Maybe it's the case as well. We'll have to wait and see, you know? It would be very, very cool. And then eventually, you know, it would definitely give USDC an edge over USDT, and then you see both coming on board, I imagine, in the future as well. We have to wait and see. Of course, both would be fantastic. Again, you're looking at Casper right now, or looking at, you know, the stable coins right now. The two biggest ones, of course, Tether and Circle right here. Circle's got a 61 billion market cap. Tether has almost 3 times that, 154 billion. So it's much, much bigger than Circle, much bigger. But that one has more trust and regulatory compliance, as opposed to Tether, which just has more uncertainties, if you will. So, you know, having the most reliable stablecoin on the most reliable, secure, fairly priced network for stablecoins would definitely be a huge selling point, and also incentivize more people to be on Casper as well. So, with the M2, when we supposed to pump from 120k, I mean, again, you've got to keep in mind the M2 money supply has not got 100% correlation to the price of Bitcoin. It's got about 80 to 90%, so it's quite accurate, but it's not 100%. But with that being said, the M2 suggests, should you line, and again, people line it up differently, so it really depends on how you line it up. For me, I line it up like this. I think that's the most accurate here. And it suggests right now we should be seeing Bitcoin make the recovery soon enough, hopefully making that push just ahead of the FOMC meeting. So we should be seeing it any time in the next, you know, couple of days or so. And then seeing it pull back and then make that 130, 120k in this month. You know, just after FOMC meeting, we'll see it surpass that. Now, will that happen? We'll have to wait and see. The macro right now is suggesting we won't see that, at least not in the next week. Maybe we'll see a slightly. And again, look at this here, right? You know, we see this here. Bitcoin was trending hard at M2 for quite some time throughout the whole situation there. And equally down here, like we saw Bitcoin taking a longer time to pump in regards to the M2. So we may see Bitcoin stay down here a little bit longer, and then it will catch up here as we're about to go into July. It's a possibility. M2 is not a gold and silver bullet. It's just got a very strong correlation to the price of Bitcoin, so it's a good indicator, but it's not something you should heavily rely on. But it does tell us that crypto should be going higher, and I do believe that much at least. And welcome back to you to LB managing very, very well, brother. Comparing 21, the chart now, it looks like double top. And this, I mean, yeah, I see what you mean, but this does look like a double top, but it's slightly different because this was a double top here. That's why you saw the correction down here. And this is something else. It could be identified as maybe a triple top, which would be very bearish, but I don't think that's the case at all. That's just, again, it made a push up there, and then you saw, some cooling off, and then when there was about to be the push again, you then saw the FUD announcements regarding tariffs again coming out, like send it lower again. I do definitely think there's a part of a play going on right now with these smart money to try and keep Bitcoin as low as possible so they can stack up more. Hence why you're seeing so much delays going on right now. Because since Trump got inaugurated, which happened here, Bitcoin's been, trying its most to try and break above here, and it's been thwarted every time. So I think there's a possibility that they're trying to keep it low so they can stack more before it will inevitably follow the M2 and flow higher. If it goes to 150k, that break the chart. Yeah, I mean, if it goes to 150k, it kind of would, but at the same time, again, not 100% correlation. I mean, look back here. Look back here. Like, again, not 100% correlation. It's relatively accurate, especially more recently, but it's not 100%. So it wouldn't necessarily break the chart. And if anything, it's going to probably, possibly, in my belief, break that and go higher anyways because of all the other significant political and regulatory developments. Speaking of which, we have the Clarity Act, the market structure bill taking place Tuesday, June 10th, in 4 days, which is huge, huge news. Alongside other big developments as well taking place, which is going to be very bullish for crypto. And then Terry makes a post here about how the House sets Clarity Act markup for Tuesday while industry pushes back on TradFi favoritism and Democrats spotlight Trump's crypto ties in a special hearing. So we're still seeing a lot of fun and uncertainty, but for the most part, things are still looking quite good. So in her post here, her cryptoinamerica.com article here that she posted, she clarified 3 key factors again: the crypto industry push for DeFi protections, concerns about TradFi advantage, and also the Democrat opposition and Trump's crypto crimes hearing, if you will. Summary of it all, basically just saying, yes, we've got some very big, we've got 8 major crypto policy organizations that are, coming together to create this blockchain regulatory certainty act within the Clarity Act. So we're going to see this being brought to the floor on Tuesday, which would be very, very big if we get it passed. That would be a great, great thing as well to see potentially some more bullish sentiment. There is concerns over TradFi though, saying that some crypto native firms are worried that the current text of the Clarity Act might give an unfair advantage to traditional financial institutions like Charles Schwab, which is a potential reason why this bill may not get passed straight off the bat. Might see some more, negotiations and more tweaking here and there. And of course, also a big factor as well being the Democrats' opposition to Trump and his so-called crypto crimes, which the only thing I would say has been a definite crime so far has been his Trump meme coin. That was terrible. That was very terrible, and I don't know why he did that. Other than that, I wouldn't say he's done anything that's being in crypto has been a crime, and I'm not here to talk politics. I don't want to, if anything. But because there are still so many politicians who just don't like Trump, there may be a case of just saying, we're not passing this bill because we don't like you. So whether it will go through on Tuesday or not, we'll have to wait and see. But we are seeing some good support for it, and equally some worries for it, and then equally some more concerns as well. But Tuesday will be a very interesting day as well. And equally on the Monday day before that, the SEC are going to be hosting their final crypto task force roundtable with the industry roundtable, which will be also very, very cool to see. And going almost back full circle, back to when I spoke at the beginning of the stream about how Circle have now got public, they've got an IPO, which is also maybe why you're seeing Casper working with them more and more as well. Then we also got Gemini here as well, who apparently has confidentially filed for an IPO with the SEC, which is, again, not public, but still very, very good. So you see more and more crypto companies, of course Casper will never have that, but crypto companies now going public. So we're getting more connection into the TradFi space. It's huge, huge news. We had Coinbase, we've now got Circle. We might see Ripple, XRP at some point, provided how their lawsuit decision goes. Because right now, Judge Torres' decision, injunction does not allow Ripple to go public in America. If they get that changed, that means Ripple will go public very quickly. Gemini's going to be going public as well, so you'll see a lot more merging of the financial space between crypto, DeFi, and TradFi, which will be, again, very, very big news. Wait, you skipped my comment. What comment? I'm looking up. There's one comment that I see, which is between Carl G and Packard, which says message retracted. I can't see another message that you posted. Again, this YouTube thing's very, very buggy, so I apologize, my man. I have not tried to skip any questions. So if it's not showing up, then maybe try typing it again, because it's not there for me. And it's not because of that. Stop trying to stir stuff. What do you think of KuCoin list pair trade with Casper USDC? I think it's a very good sign for what's to come for Casper. More connected to USDC, and eventually a native stablecoin pair on Casper. Not soon, but eventually the cycle will see that. We've got not just KuCoin, we also have, again, Bybit, which is huge, big tier 1, CoinX, Mexi. We also have Pinex as well, according to Joking, and I'm sure we'll see many, many more over the coming days as well. So if I follow your M2 this summer, can I be the top? I mean, again, it's an indicator that you can use to help devise your trading strategies, but I don't rely on it religiously. Again, I'm expecting that there should be a rally soon, but I'm not saying if Bitcoin's not rally in this month at all, I'm not going to be like, oh no, it's over, right? Again, Bitcoin's not followed religiously, but it's an indicator of how much money's in the economy, and what you see is the money's in the economy after about a 10 to 15 week delay will inevitably trickle down into the investment markets like crypto. So in due time, that money will flow into crypto, into Bitcoin, into altcoins. So it's an indicator that Bitcoin right now, 104k, is low. It's in conjunction with where it should be, but it's low because Bitcoin should, at this cycle, be reaching at least 130. That's the belief. Not financial advice. It's the belief based on indicators, based on analysts as well. Some are saying 250k Bitcoin. That sounds like quite a lot to me. Is it possible? Who knows? People are talking about weird stuff now. He doesn't want anything to do with damage distribution showing. So now we're just seeing Mr. Master Crypto talking about shooting each other with a paintball gun for farming Casper. You guys are very, very interesting people, to say the very, very least. But I mean, yeah, right now we're seeing Casper again. That's a nice sweet spot. We're seeing again KYC again holding relatively strong in that regard. That shows below 10 mil again, but again, I'm not too worried about it. It's recovered quite nicely following the shy FUD. Pluto again is doing a little bit of pumping today, 13%. Top addresses right now, we can see also the top addresses are also still making a gradual rally upwards as well. We've got 529,000 addresses. Of course, that's not people, that's addresses. That could very well just be people with multiple addresses, but either way, we're getting more and more addresses, which is very, very good to see. And we have Wallet 2 scoop up a lot more just yesterday, I believe. They scooped another, was it 4-5 mil Casper just yesterday, which again, now they're above 3/4 billion, so that's getting close. I think that average right now is at 12.26 Casper, which is, you know, right now Casper therefore is still lower, but when Casper returns to that 13-cent zone here again, they're going to be up in Casper. First time, I think, for, well, not ever, because they started buying in March back here. So maybe not ever, but they'll start being, you know, net positive for the first time in a very, very long time, and that could therefore be a very big factor for them as well if they are on exchange to list Casper as well. Is real USDC in Casper? Yes. Go on TeleView. TradingView. Go on TradingView. Cas USDC. You can see you've got it on Bybit. Click on it here. You can see just started. All that here as well. USDC. You got it on KuCoin, which literally just started today. You can see it on CoinX. You can see them here on Mexi. And apparently they're also on Pinex as well, according to my community members, but I've not seen, well, again, they use the exchange, so again, so you've got Casper now, USDC pairs are now available, which is, again, really, really good news. Very good news indeed. Oh yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, it's not me. It's not me. Your messages are disappearing, man. I'm not trying to avoid people's comments at all. Binance US is officially back online as of today. Oh, that's good to know. Oh, yeah, I did see somebody, I think it was Cody, mentioned that as well, which is good to hear. I imagine that they went down following the whole, you know, issue with Elon and Trump that caused a lot of congestion on platforms. Because I know that I did struggle to get into BYDFI a little bit yesterday. I'm obviously perfectly fine now, but it did take me some time to get into it because I think that all the congestion happening, it couldn't handle it. But I mean, hey, I was in some short positions anyways, and again I managed to cash out, which is really, really cool. Because I answered the question, Mr. Mars. Look, there you go. It's a good sign. No stable yet, though. Yeah, not native. There you go. God, you're a child, man. You're a child. But yeah, again, right now the market's holding relatively strong, recovering from Elon Musk's and Trump's outburst. I do think, again, some pullbacks are potentially on the horizon because, again, we do tend to see some more pullbacks ahead of the FOMC meeting, which, again, is in 12 days' time. So we may see some pullbacks coming back down maybe to here or so in the next couple of days or so, next few days or so. This week, again, we're currently on Friday right now. It would be, it would line up with Trump making a post about something tariff related right tonight before the market's closed. So keep that in mind as well. Next week's going to be very, very big, which I'm looking forward to as well. Hopefully we see some more big capital developments as well, and hopefully we'll see maybe some more circle announcements coming out as well. With Casper as well should be, again, an exciting spectacle, This means more tariffs on the UK. What means more tariffs on the UK? Binance US has been banned in the US ever since Operation Showpoint 2.0. Oh, but I thought... I say, I know that, yes. But I thought that they had and I remember because we were talking about it on a stream a very, very long time back. I don't know how long ago it was, but I remember we were talking about it, about Binance were leaking something. Maybe it's my misunderstanding. I thought Binance US had already been relaunched back in America. I know they announced it on Twitter. I'm guessing it was just a slight delay. They announced it in preparation for when it's actually supposed to go live. Either way, that's my mishap for misunderstanding. But yes, again, that's equally very big, Binance, of course, being the biggest platform, Binance US being the US version of it. It's reassuring to see Binance adoption growing more and more, and America being more accepting of crypto again. I think native USDC is all that really counts for capital market cap. I think it's a big factor for it. I won't disagree with that. I don't think it's all that matters. I think USDT will be big as well. I think native is going to take a while to come through as well. I think it'll be helpful, but I don't think it's all we need. I don't think it's all that really counts. I think there are multiple factors that can take into account that can help capital market cap and price. From stablecoin pairs, native, and even Bridge would be good, native would be better. Tier 1 listings, of course, would be big. Smart contracts coming on board. DagKnight stuff also be very, very big. So, will it be price pumpers per se? Not immediately, but it will be good either way. They sent out a notification today for people in Michigan to log back on. Okay, well, then maybe I was mistaken. I remember seeing the post months and months and months back. All of us in Casper were thinking, oh my God, they're going to list Casper, as we always do. But actually just them saying that they're going to be going live again back in America after their whole lawsuit came to an end as well. Which I thought, therefore, they went live there and then, but I guess they're not. But either way, no, it's great to see that now back in the US, which is good. People who use the exchange, good for them. I don't, because, again, I'm not in the US, so I have got to use Binance US. I have got Binance account, but I typically use, for trading, I use Bybit solely right now, because, again, I'm working with them, and Bybit's exchange actually is very, very easy to use. And again, just like to my affiliate link, you do trading as well, you can get a 17% discount in all trades, which is also a big benefit there, alongside other benefits as well. Check it out down below in the link, affiliate link down below. And then in regard to exchange to buy stuff, again, if I'm buying Casper, if I've got stablecoins already, it'll probably be, it used to be LBank, but they don't let you, if you buy Casper on LBank, you can't send it to your tangible Casper wallet. They don't support that. They stopped it on the 5th of May, which is, with the hard fork, which is just frustrating in all regards. So I don't use Mexi, of course, because Mexi is, we know Mexi. So I typically will use, Uphold. I'll use, there's loads of options out there. Last time I got it was Uphold. Otherwise then, the options are all there as well. I think Mexi is the easiest one for me to use, but I refuse to use it just out of principle for the Casper community. Making my stand. I'd love to use KuCoin if I actually had an account. I've heard very good things about KuCoin as well. But that being said, With that being said, that will conclude today's Casper and crypto live stream. If you enjoy the stream, as always, leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. If you want to know more about crypto and Casper, again, if you're excited for USDC, soon to be on Casper natively, I hope, come check out the Discord server. Free community there. We can chill, chat, learn more about crypto, staying ahead of the game. You know, we're all actively learning more and more. We find out all the information we find out in these streams and to find out ahead of time in there as well. Shout out to Nee in particular, who constantly posts about Casper. I'd love to see it, brother. And yeah, you can find out the affiliate links to BYDFI in there as well. And equally, check out the VIP once more as well. 7-day free trial, or through the affiliate link, a 1-month free trial to there as well. Staying more ahead of the game with educational sources, alpha information. You know the deal. Have a great day, good evening, good night, my people, my family, and I will see you